What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and today I'm back to talk about Warhammer 40k. So, Space Marine 2. What a blast, what a fun time, what an amazing game. I'm pretty sure that if anybody loves 40k, they're already playing this game, but just in case if you're not, definitely check it out. If you're new to Warhammer, this is a perfect place to start because you get to see the action, the intensity, the lore all around being a Space Marine of the Ultramarines chapter. And of course, since this game is such a good game in general, chances are we're going to be seeing a lot more when it comes to Space Marine 2. Just the other day, we saw an interview from Saber's creative director giving us a little bit more insight as to what we can expect in the future of this game. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive into this interview. So first of all, this is coming from Saber's interactive creative director, which is Oliver Hollis Leake. And the things he goes on to say is that future story content is absolutely in the works, but the full story moving forward hasn't been flashed out yet. The answer as to what happens next, that is, we'll just have to wait and see. So basically, they're going to give us DLC and like side missions, but nothing akin to like a new chapter in Titus's lore, so we'll have to wait for Space Marine 3 for that. But we do also continue on this interview where he says that Chiron did indeed survive Calth during the heresy, and seeing the Ultramarines inspired him to become one. He was taken into stasis and awoken when the Primaris were released. So again, more lore, since we do get his hatred for Chaos Space Marines, especially the Word Bearers, stems around when he was on Calth. So in terms of the timeline and whatnot, this is how it's explained. Another big instance of lore revelations is when he said that Calgar didn't disapprove of Leandros' actions. While Calgar felt like Titus was innocent, he also recognized the severity of the situation, and Leandros' heart was in the right place. Calgar recognized that Leandros' heart's gaze was a useful asset and could be honed with experience, hence the chaplainacy. So yeah, if you guys didn't play Space Marine 1, you might be a little bit shocked as to who, what, why it was a big deal when the chaplain unveiled himself. So yeah, that is Leandros, one of Titus's squad mates in the first game, who basically sees Titus as maybe chaos or some type of negative stain on the Ultramarines, because Titus, for one, was basically approached by the Chaos Sorcerer and the Chaos Lord in the first game, and they was like, join us, you've got some power behind those eyes and stuff like that. He was also able to touch the Chaos Relic and not be corrupted, so Leandros is kind of like, yo, what the fuck is happening here? So that's where his suspicion kind of came from, and his ranking into being a chaplain was a big deal, since that happened between Space Marine 1 and 2. So here we see more of that kind of is he, isn't he, what's going on with Titus, showcased through the actions of Leandros, aka the chaplain. When it comes to the chaos side, Imora, the Thousand Sun sorcerer, creates a pocket realm halfway between the material and the immaterial realm. It was created by the power source in Space Marine 2, and it was also destroyed along with it. So chances are we probably won't be seeing more of this pocket realm in future DLCs or games. And then we have confirmation that Titus is not a blank. He's also not a psyker, he's just that devoted to the Emperor and the righteous cause. I don't know. I feel like maybe that'll change in future instances of lore or gameplay, because Titus being able to do the things that he does, his like resistance to warp stuff is just a little bit more exaggerated than you would see in normal instances of lore. But at the end of the day, I guess you can say the Emperor protects, right? But anyway, that's all we have for the story section of this interview. And lastly, we have a few blurbs about gameplay stuff. So let's see what he has to say here. He goes on by saying that he approves of a lot of the community's ideas, such as releasing a chaplain class, having kill assists, chaos customization, playable dreadnoughts are also being considered, as well as new weapons such as the power axe. So this is going to be a good thing to do to get longevity for this game. Because right now the story mode is very short. Once you beat that, you've got a few missions to do with buddies, but once you beat that and level up your characters, all that's left is just PvP. So if you add extra races, if you add extra enemies, extra weapons, new classes, that will definitely extend the longevity of this game, and that is a really good thing to do because, like I said, a lot of new people are jumping into this IP because of Space Marine 2. So the more hype it gets, the more they can do for the game, and overall the more it's going to improve the lore and the overall sustainability of Warhammer as an IP in general. He does go on by saying that unfortunately there are a lot of IP restrictions on what can and cannot be put into the game. For example, the Stormbolter won't make an appearance unless it fits with an appropriate class. Grey Knights, maybe? Oh man, that was one of the things I was hoping would be in this game. Librarians, psychers, but unfortunately we don't have that. So maybe with a future patch or update we get that. But as of right now, we won't be seeing that at all. There's also no plans for a big team mode, no like 64 against 64 type matches that you would see with like Call of Duty and like Battlefield. So unfortunately it's going to be a smaller skirmish style game. He also says that new operations are indeed coming. So again, more of that PvE aspect is going to get explored. And finally, he says that new enemies means new enemies for existing factions. Unfortunately, any other Xenos such as Orcs, Necrons, Tau, etc. are not in the works, but he didn't rule out the idea of a Norn emissary making its way in. So many people have been saying that we need more variety when it comes to the enemies, and I agree. So besides fighting Chaos and Tyranids, they could add in other type of Chaos Demon engines, Chaos Spawn, maybe even like lesser and greater demons of Tzeentch. Gene Stealers I know is a big one that's been thrown around. So there is a lot to expect when it comes to this game. I'm super hype, I'm super excited, and I can't wait to see what else they give us, whether it be as a free update or a paid expansion. They do have a roadmap as to what they're going to give us when it comes to the DLCs, so go ahead and check that out. I'll try and put links down in the bottom so you guys can check all this information. But that's all we got for today. This was a short but very informative and very sweet interview that we got. And fingers crossed for more epic Space Marine 2 action. Let me know what you're most looking forward to, or what you would add in to make this game a 10 out of 10 for you guys. I know the one thing I really want are more classes. Oh man, using an apothecary would be pretty awesome, especially with helping your teammates live longer and deal more damage. Chaplains, librarians, oh man, the list goes on and on and on. But that's all I got for today. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. This has been the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I will be catching you guys then. Peace.